Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, it's been a while since I last did a volume of the dolls page, so I thought today I would rectify that. So I've gone through my collection, pulled out some bits and pieces and tried to think of a way of combining my paper doll characters with something a little bit whimsical. So I've also gone into my old music paper stash and I found this sheet of music called The Peasant's Dance. And on the back, it's just literally laughing. It just says, ha 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 ha, or whatever. And I thought that would be perfect to put in the background of this page. So I have my two paper dolls. I've got some bits and pieces of ephemera from the Tim Holtz botanical set. Now, before I start, normally I don't like the shine on these paper dolls, and as you can see there isn't much of a shine on them, not now, because I took them all outside and I sprayed them with this stuff. Now this is a spray fixative for inkjet printers, so fast drying varnish for fixing and protecting inkjet inks, and it's matte. So I thought spraying this would get over the top of them, would get rid of 90% of the shine, and for the most part it has done. It was a bit expensive, but you know, there is still a little bit, just a little bit of a shine on them, but not too much. I can live with it. So to get started with the page, as I have been doing with the little mini volume of the dolls, I've just been opening pages at random. I haven't started at the beginning and worked my way towards the back. I've just been opening pages as and when. There's a little bit of weight on the other side there just to hold it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of position this so it's sort of in the middle. Just give it a bit of a rub there so I know that's pretty much where I need to tear the paper. I'm having one of those day today. I can't even manage to tear paper straight. There we go, can't even. So that will grab a little bit of a rule. Not bothered about total straight edges. So that's going to be the top, about there. So I need to remove off about that off the bottom. Like so. So we'll just do the same thing again with that. Just kind of ease it off. Use the edge of that ruler. There we go. Just move my little characters to one side and bring that book back in. So that should now fit just nicely on that page there. So I want to glue it down with some matte medium. Give it a bit of a shake. Now the last time I did this, I ended up putting on far too much matte medium. And I got it all off my fingers and it stuck, and within 2 days all the skin on my fingers fell off. I know. So I'm going to try and avoid touching this as much as possible. So what I want to do is just fold that in half so I know pretty much where the crease is going to be. And I'm going to just, I've got a brush just to one side. Now normally I don't have problems with chemicals affecting my skin, but just recently, don't know why, it's just been a bit icky. So I'll just add some of that matte medium on the page. I'm going to fold that over. Hopefully I've got that the right way around. I have, yes. And then just quickly go over it again. I'm trying not to touch it. And it's a very warm day here again in the UK. Very warm. I know we British go on about the weather all the time. It's because we don't really get anything decent on a regular basis. It's usually just cold, cold, more cold and grey. So when we do get some warm weather, it's a big deal. And most of us complain about the fact that we can't deal with it. So, you know, you can't win. We complain we don't get it, then when we do get it, we complain that we can't deal with it. Unfortunately, it's just the British way. Okay, so that side, which isn't sticking because it's very, very warm and everything's drying really quick. I probably just should have used ordinary glue, I think, but never mind. Let's carry on. Trying not to touch, like I said, with my bare fingers. Right, that might just do it. I'm not bothered about getting a few little wrinkles. Make sure that I can fold it again. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to cut it. I'm sure people that live in humid climates will know exactly what I'm battling against today. So what I'll do, I've got a pair of scissors. Here we are. What I'll do is I'll just snip that up there, and then I can just fold that over. There we go. That gets rid of that little bubble there, doesn't it? Okay, so there will be a few minory bubbles in there, but like I said, not 100% bothered about that. So what I'm going to do now is just give it a quick blast with my heat gun, and we'll get it dry and we can start adding some colour. That matte medium is pretty dry now. There's a little bit just in the centre there, but that's fine. Now I've just put some page protectors just over the page. Now this is just a polypropylene mat, one of the ones that you can get for using in the kitchen. It's just like a food preparation mat, and what I've done is I've just cut it down the middle and I've just taped it a few millimetres apart, about 1/8 of an inch apart, so that I can slide it over pages, which protects the rest of the book underneath, but allows you to be able to spritz and spray to your heart's content without it dripping everywhere. So, useful piece of kit that. So what I've got is I've got some of my spritzers that I made using my pigment powders, and I've brought out the lemon, which I like, and the seagrass, which I like also, and the turquoise, again one that I like very, very much. So I love this combination of those three colours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spritz onto that background now with this yellow colour all over, just a little bit like that, and then I'm going to semi-dry it, just to semi-dry it. Okay, so that's semi-dried. Now I'm going to go in again with the sea green, bit of shake, and then just add in random bits of colour. Of course, with these being water based, they will kind of react with what you've already put down, which is fine. It's what I want. So again, let's just get that semi-dried. Now my Tim Holtz Heat It craft tool is playing up, as you can hear. So it hasn't lasted all that long. I think this is about the third one I've had. They don't seem to last more than a year before they pack up. You can see the colour starting to die back a little bit because we've used the matte medium and that paper is very absorbent. The music paper is very absorbent. So, as with most art journal pages, the majority of the time, your working time in creation is actually drying time. So I'm going to go back now just to revitalise some of that yellow. And again, get it dried. Okay, so now that yellow and the green is dry, I'm going to add some bits of blue. But not a huge amount. I don't mind having a few little runs and dribs. That should do me. I want it to be kind of wishy-washy, kind of watery coloury, and this just gives you that right kind of effect. And it's great because you're never really going to know exactly what you're going to get until you do it, because no two squirts are the same. Okay, so that's pretty dry now. I just want to get rid of that excess off the mat there. Just go around the edge, just picking up any excess bits of colour, and then I'm going to take that off, and you can see where I've missed there, look. So all in all, not too bad. There's still a little bit of shine in that middle layer. What I'm going to do is just grab this kitchen roll and then just dab that out. That's cool. Okay, so I've now got a nice kind of watery colour, greeny, turquoisey, yellowy background, which is great. So what I want to do now is I want to start placing some of my bits and pieces. So I'm going to start off with the botanical bits. So I want those to go down there, maybe those to go about there, and that to go there, because my little characters here are going to go like so. So that about there. She is going to go about there. Up there, up there. Not worried about that bit there. But that is pretty much whereabouts I want them on the page, which is great. So I can lift off my characters and then bring in some glue. So I've got just some PVA in this fine applicator nib, and I'm just going to put a little blob of glue there, just because that's where I know that that's where I wanted it to start from. So I'll just add some of that on there. I'm a bit croaky today. Don't know why. Plenty of coffee. And then that can go and sit about there, and I can always just bring my girls back in just to see, yeah, that's about right. And don't forget, the glue will dry transparent. We'll activate that back a little bit, but not a huge amount. So the next one, we'll do this one first. Flip that over. Just add my glue. These are fun little things to do. They don't take a huge amount of time, and if you just fancy having a play, and this is the sort of project which is really cool, because you can just get in there and get lost, really. Sticking things down, just making up a little bit of a scene. And then that one can go set about there. Okay, now what I've also got is, because we've got these two little characters sat down, I wanted them to be able to sit on something. So what I've done is I went onto the internet and I found a picture of a rock. Yeah. And I just made one bigger, one smaller, and I just flipped the image over just to create like the opposite, so they can sit on those, which is why I wasn't bothered about the bottom part there. So she's going to sit on that smaller one there like that, and she's going to sit on that larger one there like so. Liking it so far. So let's get some glue. And then we'll add that down there. Just lay that down again just so we can audition it. Maybe just a little bit further up. That should do, so we can sit her on that rock there. Just push that down a little bit. Again, just dab away that excess glue. That's it. And then do the same for her. And then just lift that off a little bit. That's it. There we go. And then I can now add my girls into the picture, like so. What would be good, Tim, Mr. Holtz, if you're listening, which you won't be, I know, but you know, is actually come out with a set of self-adhesive paper dolls where you can just peel the back off that already have the adhesive on them. Yeah, I know. Why didn't we think of that sooner? King of the stickers. Do your paper dolls. Right. Okay, I'll just dot and dab this. That will do. Because when I push it down, it'll all spread out anyway. There we go. When I sprayed the fixative, I took it outside in the garden, laid it on the grass and sprayed it. And I've got little tiny bits of grass stuck, which isn't really a problem. There we go. So all I've done is I've just pushed down. And why aren't you sticking? There we go. Just hold that down for a second. Now I didn't want to go over this with masses of matte medium because I didn't want to activate the background too much. But it's fun just to watch the scene kind of like build up as you're doing it. So next thing is I've got some little toadstools. Again, I think this is from the Field Notes ephemera. Again, from Mr. Ideology. A little bit of glue, a bit fiddly. So I'm going to put that just there. Because that looks cute. Maybe down a little bit. Just dab away the excess glue. Come on, focus. There we go. Looking kind of cute. So now I want to add a couple of butterflies in there. Just because, or shall I add those afterwards? Okay, so now how we're going to make these guys look a little bit different. Excuse me. Cool, blimey, I should have had a drink. Is I went in to the internet and I found some toadstool heads. Oh, one anyway. And I've just resized it. I've brought it into one of my programs that I use, Adobe Photoshop, and I just cut off the stalk and just resized it 3 different sizes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a bit of glue onto the back of those. Again, I just printed these off on my inkjet printer, and I'm going to put that one on her, just so her eyes are poking out, and then I'm going to put this one. I said it was a whimsical page. And I'm going to put that on her like so. Actually, should I put that one on her? Yes, I think I will. I'll put that one on her. Now, if it skews any background noises that coming in from outside, like I said, it's a very, very warm day today, and got to have the windows open, otherwise I will just melt. So, and the kids running around out there playing on the green. Ooh. You can really, really hear the voices. It's carrying today because the air's so still. Now just pick up a little bit of that excess. There we go. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Too cute. Like I did say. Whimsical. And then I've got a couple of butterflies, because why not? So I'll have that one, I think, just about there. Just because. And this one, again, from, I think it's the botanical ephemera. This one had quite a wide die cut, so I went round just beforehand with a pair of scissors and just trimmed off the excess because I don't like to see too much. And I think that one can go just up there like that. Kinda cute. Like it, and we can still fold it, so that's fine. So just have to now add one last little bit, which is our quote or our saying. So, and again, I've gone onto my computer, just printed off a quick quote, and then I've just cut it out, and we're going to add "we are more alike than different," and we'll add that towards the bottom of the page. So, a little few dobs do it just across the legs, I think. And then that final one, don't want to stick it upside down, do we? That would be quirky. I'll just do that. So just breaking into those toadstools a little bit. Cute. And I think I'm just going to add just a little bit of grounding. See if I can find my pencil. Yep, that'll be the one. So my little Stabilo awl, I've got a water brush here, so I just want to add a little bit of shadow just to extend just under the feet and where that rock is a little bit. So we'll just get some water, which is on the brush, and I'm going to do this just upside down so that I can push it down. Just take it off the page. And across. Okay, now if this looks a bit too dark and a bit too in your face, don't worry, because the beauty of using one of these Stabilo pencils is that the more water you add to it, the weaker it becomes. And if it's too dark, just lift it off. And you can just fade it away. Just like that. And then we just need to get it dry. With a quick blast. Okay, so it's faded away just a little bit too much. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just predominantly about there. And where the rock is. Excuse me if I forget to talk, it's just I'm concentrating. That should do us. And again, like I said, if it seems like too much, it probably is. You can always just go back in again and just lighten it a bit more. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. Just clean off the brush and just see if I can lift it just from her shoes. There we go. Doesn't want to look like she's got schmutz on her shoes, does it? There we go. And I could always add a little bit more green into that bottom part there if I wanted to, just by taking some of that green that we had earlier, just a little from there, and then just pick up that brush and just add a little bit of that green back in. There we go. And I can sit and finesse that for ages and ages and ages, so I'm not going to. A clean piece of tissue, and then just quickly, and that's it. I'm going to call that page done, I think. So all I need to do, grab my pen, give it a quick signature, and today's date, which I've got no idea what date it is today, so we'll just say August and call it done. There you go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that little mini page in my second volume of the dolls. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.